So as usual, this is going to be any empty I have in no particular order: skincare, makeup, body care, hair care, the whole thing. Let's just dive right into it. The first product I have here is a product that I have used a lot. This is It's a 10 Miracle Leave-In product. This is something I spray directly out of the shower. I never appreciated the function of a detangler before I started using this a few years ago. This is a detangler, but it's also a heat protectant, and it also gives your hair this weightless feel, so it actually gives it a little bit of volume too. It just keeps your hair really healthy, and now I just absolutely cannot live with a detangler slash heat protectant such as this. Next, another hair care product. This is Dumb Blonde by Bedhead. I love this purple shampoo because it is not too strong. My Olaplex purple shampoo literally dyes my hair purple. This is more light. Because my hair is like a darker blonde, I can use this and it really doesn't affect it too much. It just alters the tone slightly. I used it today. Next, wow, lots of hair care products. Okay, this is the Cure Bond Repair Shampoo by Amika. I like Amika as a brand, but this product didn't really stand out to me at all. As far as bond repair shampoos go, I'm used to using Olaplex. I have no opinion on this. Like, in my shower, I like to have one moisturizing repairing shampoo, one clarifying shampoo, and one toning shampoo. So I like to have multiple shampoos in my shower. This kind of fit that category of repair, obviously. So it was fine, but I've had better. I think Pureology is better. I think Olaplex is better. I feel like there's better moisturizing or repairing shampoos in that category. This was mediocre for me. Oh, they're two different brands, but it doesn't matter. I'm going to pair them all into one. These are spray SPF 100s. They're both empty. I use SPF 100 almost every day here on my body because I'm like, well, if I'm spraying my back, it's obviously not going to apply the exact 100. It's going to apply way less than that. So I need to get 100 in order to get a decent amount of coverage. Imagine if I had an SPF 30 and then I was spraying and then it turned into like an SPF 5 or an SPF 15. But my logic is using a 100, it must reduce to like an SPF 50 at least if it's going to reduce. It's really hard to get the exact sun protective factor with a spray because obviously the product is spraying everywhere. It depends on how far you're spraying from, and it's advised as well to rub in a spray, but obviously you can't do that on the back, and therefore I just think SPF 100 is just a safer option for me. Next is a body cream that I hated with an absolute passion. When this ran out, I just was through a party. This is the Vaseline Cocoa Radiant Intensive Care Body Cream. I don't have words for it. I just don't have words for it. I put moisturizer directly out of the shower on damp skin, partially because I'm lazy, partially because that actually helps your moisturizer work better. But this is so watery thin that if you applied it on wet skin, it would just disappear. It would go away. You had to apply this on dry skin, which I just don't. So yeah, it was boring and I hated it. The pump was okay though. Like, this pump is kind of nice, but other than that, no. Next is a staple in my body care routine. This is the CVS Health Moisturizing Cream. This is the dupe for the CeraVe Moisturizing Cream, and I actually like this one better. I have tried both. I like this one better. I don't know. I just think it's slightly creamier, but not in an oily way or a greasy way. This is a staple in my routine. Like, this is such an amazing body cream. I put it on directly out of the shower on damp skin, and my skin is just so soft. It is amazing. I am obsessed with this product. I usually get the Neutrogena clarifying shampoo, and like, I don't know where it is, but in its place, this shampoo appeared and it looks identical. Like, the Neutrogena clarifying shampoo came in this exact same bottle with this exact same marketing, but now it's called Vitresse. And it's a clarifying shampoo that looks exactly like the Neutrogena one. I like keeping clarifying shampoos for multiple reasons. One, because a clarifying shampoo will help to take out any weird tones in your hair if you are a blonde. I do like clarifying shampoos to keep the color fresh, but also because it gets your hair squeaky clean. And when you use a lot of product, like I do, it really helps to have a clarifying shampoo that you use about once a week. This is the product I just don't even care to try. I just don't even care to try this. Smooth Booster by Beekman, 1802. They had sent this to me a while ago, and I just would not be interested in putting anything with willow bark or beta hydroxy acid on my face in leave-on form. This is a willow bark resurfacing serum, so that means it has salicylic acid in it, which is good for refining texture. Bauer Beauty sells salicylic acid, but it's a rinse-off one, and it's the best for texture because it penetrates the pores, and it's the only acid that can penetrate the pores, and therefore it's going to zap your pores and make them look a lot smaller. But the issue is that's a rinse-off one, and I love it. This one is a leave-on, and I don't trust that. I have no interest in even dabbling in it because I've never had luck with leave-on salicylic acid products. Next is the Makeup Remover Melting Balm by Neutrogena. This is one of the best drugstore cleansing balms, if not the best. It's between this and the e.l.f. now. Now that the e.l.f. one is decent, I've tried it and it's decent. This is comparable, but I like this one better because it lasts longer. I can't say anything bad about it. There's no fragrance, there's no frills. It is straightforward, right to the point, just how I like it. And I think it's like $12. It's easy to get right at CVS. If you don't already use a cleansing balm, I highly recommend you start. I couldn't even exist if I didn't use a cleansing balm. I don't know what would happen. Like cleansing balms, they melt away that outer layer of residue that has accumulated throughout the day in addition to your sunscreen and makeup, and it allows your skin to get the most clean while still like moisturizing your skin. It's like counterintuitive. Normally when we get our skin super clean, we are taking from the skin, but oil cleansers do not take from the skin, they give to the skin. I've tried almost every drugstore cleansing balm, I think. Almost every one. And I've hated, actually, the other Neutrogena ones are horrible. The one in the white container, horrible. This one is amazing. Next is Milk Drops by Beekman. This is a ceramide serum, and I loved this product. This is gorgeous. Packaging is stunning. I love their branding. Their branding is so beautiful and unique, and all of their products have goat milk in them. This is like their shtick. They inherited a goat farm and they created a bunch of skincare with goat milk. So this has a lot of really nice ingredients actually. So it has water as a base, and then it has rose flower extract is the second ingredient. So that's kind of interesting. This does not have an aroma to it. It doesn't have like a rose aroma to it at all. And then it has glycerin as the third ingredient. So this is an amazing combination of ingredients. And then ceramides, goat milk. It just has a ton of amazing, beautiful ingredients in it. It's a very unique formula. And yeah, I really, really liked it. It's very nourishing. It's very healing. And so what I would like to do actually is I would put this as the first layer directly on damp skin, and then I would follow after a few minutes after it absorbs for a little bit with the Bauer Beauty Barrier Serum to really double seal everything in with super duper ceramide barrier protection. Next, wow, I'm so glad I'm finally getting rid of this. This is another sunscreen. This is SPF 30 sunscreen. I'm pretty sure I literally bought this a year ago, but I just wound up using other products apparently, other sunscreen products, but I finally used it up, and I just love getting rid of stuff. I really do. This is your basic sunscreen, okay? I have nothing to say about it. For an intensive repair, I like to buy these smaller bottles for travel, and then I'll just leave them in my suitcase. So I recently finished this. I don't like this product because I can't put it on damp skin. It like breaks apart and it just doesn't mesh well with damp skin. There's like an oil water thing happening where they're separating. This doesn't apply to damp skin, therefore I can't use it. Okay, next is the glypro AHA Resurfacing Cleanser. Glow Skin Beauty. I actually don't know what the brand is. Is it Glow or is it Glypro? I don't know. But this is a glycolic acid. It has actually multiple alpha hydroxy acids in it. Glycolic, I think, is the main one. And technically it's for your face, but I bought this for my body. One thing about this is you will feel it tingling. You will feel it tingling. I loved using this on my body. I didn't use it consistently enough to tell you that I noticed a difference in pigment, which is what I wanted it for, but I immediately would notice a difference with texture. This is $50 for 6.7 ounces, so it's a little on the high side for me personally, because after like a few showers applying this on my whole body, it was like, I don't know, I made a significant dent in it. So I think I would need something bigger in order to justify the cost. And also with this, what you really need to do is leave it on for a few minutes in the shower, which requires you to apply it to your full body and then kind of step out of the shower for a few minutes. And that's like really uncomfortable, and I don't think that I would ever actually want to do that. So I think it does help though, just for a few seconds of contact time, but in order to get the maximum amount of results from any type of medicated cleanser, you need a significant amount of contact time, at least a few minutes ideally. Next, Agency Skincare Future Formula. This one has tretinoin in it. It also had niacinamide. I can't actually read it because it's kind of destroyed. The label is kind of destroyed. I can't actually read it, but I know it was my retinoid formula, and it is a nice formula. I really liked Agency Skincare products. I really did. I just didn't like the fact that I had to order a whole new routine every time my order replenished. I would rather if I could just replenish one of the products or two of the products, whatever, if I could choose which products to replenish, but the fact that I have to replenish the whole routine turned me off. I don't want to do that. Literally talked about this last time, but the thing is I had two because it was buy one, get one free or something. And so I guess I was saving the other one, hoping to eventually like it again, but I don't think I'm gonna ever like this again. Now I'm thinking maybe I should keep it because I don't feel like using self-tanner. Jergens Natural Glow Wet Skin. Obviously, I love this because you can put it on damp skin, but the issue for me is I don't see color until like day 3 or 4, and then my skin cells are turning over and exfoliating, and then I start to see color at the same time. It starts to chip, and it's just like an ugly process. And so that's why every time I think that I want to start using one of these and then I start using one of those, I'm like, oh, this is not going to work. We have amnesia. We just want to we forget how much we hated something, and so we want to try it again. Okay, this is one of the best cleansing oils that I have ever used, and it's one of my go-tos. It's nothing new. It's the Face Shop Rice Water Bright Light Cleansing Oil. And this is, there's a little bit left. You can see it is very watery and very light and very amazing. It is very fragrant, but it is what it is. I have been using it for years and years. It is great. It's one of the most watery cleansing oils that I have ever tried. And that is something that's super important to me. I love watery cleansing oils. It doesn't burn my eyes or anything. I use it around my eyes, use it on my whole face. It rinses completely clean, and it is accessible. It is available on Amazon for probably $13 or $14. Next is Frank Body Coffee Scrub. So this is I would say this is like a little gimmicky because yes, it smells good. Yes, it's kind of cool that it's coffee. Multiple reasons I don't like this. On days I'm exfoliating, 9 times out of 10, I'm following with a self-tanner, and this has so much oil in it that I just can't use this before a self-tanner. And second of all, it is messy as hell. And actually, so many of you responded to me on Instagram and told me that. Like when I posted this, so many of you said the same thing, that it was so messy. Now, if it was like an amazing exfoliant and I could use it like before self-tanner, I didn't have that self-tanner issue, then maybe I would consider keeping it around and just try to be more mindful about where I place it. But because I don't like using it and it gets everywhere, then, you know, the deal is sealed for me. It's gotta go. Next, L'Oreal Revitalift Overnight Mask. This is a decent overnight retinol mask. I actually didn't use this on my face at all because I have better retinol face products like the Bauer Beauty Retinol Cream. I just prefer, if I'm gonna use an over-the-counter retinol cream, for it to be kind of strong. And the Bauer Beauty one is really strong. That doesn't mean it's a bad product. It's a decent product. It's like really beautiful packaging. It smells kind of like yogurt. It actually looks like yogurt too. I don't know what the ingredient in here, if there's like milk enzymes or it just is coincidental that it looks and smells like yogurt. What I use this for is like a retinol moisturizer for my neck and chest and hands. So any type of over-the-counter retinol cream that I don't want to use on my face, I always put on my neck, chest, or hands. And that's what I did with this. There are better over-the-counter retinol products even at the drugstore. There's the Neutrogena one at the drugstore that's really good. There's just so many. There's the number 7, which is really good. There's so many at the drugstore that are amazing. And this one's not bad. It's just Hourglass Ambient Soft Glow Foundation. So this foundation's really nice, but it's not one of my go-tos because it's very much a medium coverage. Oh yeah, this one's too dark. It's very much a medium coverage. It's nice and watery, but because of the coverage, I don't like medium coverage. That's pretty much all. So in addition to the coverage being a little bit more than I typically like, this just isn't my color. I don't really like medium coverage foundations, but if you do, this one is kind of pretty. I feel like it does do a good job of airbrushing. It is quite thin. I like thinner foundations. I feel like they just apply better to the skin, but I already have one and I don't need multiple. It does look a little bit too orange for my hand. If you can tell, it just looks a little too orange for my hand. Encapsulated Retinol Cream by Bauer Beauty. This is out of stock because she's getting a makeover. Let's put it that way. It should be back in stock in mid-July, fingers crossed. But this cream is unbelievable. It's unreal. This is my favorite over-the-counter retinol cream, obviously, because it's mine. It is objectively better though, in my opinion. It's superior. It performs better. It is very strong. Even though it's strong, it is very gentle. It contains ceramides and vitamin E and sunflower oil. It is so healing and nourishing, but it's also like very active, and I just am addicted to how this smells. It is next level. There's not much left, so I've been using it as an eye cream. I actually couldn't remember if I put this in my last empties or not, but I've been using this as an eye cream and it's lasting me obviously forever because you don't need much. Sign up on the website to be notified when it comes back in stock. I will put a link for you in the description box. Next is Tanologist Self-Tan Water in Dark. This is probably my favorite self-tanner that I've ever tried. I actually pour this into a continuous spray though, because this spray bottle doesn't really work. It's very, very hard to get out of here, especially when it starts to get down to the bottom because you just don't have leverage. There's no weight. But when you put it in the continuous spray bottle, it's a game changer. And this is the best formula. I honestly think it's the best formula I've ever tried. It is so dark. It is brown. It is not streaky on your hands, and it fades pretty nicely, and it lasts about a week, a solid 7 days. I also love that it's clear because it doesn't transfer onto my white sheets or my white bedding or my white clothing, my white anything. It does not transfer onto it. So I love this and I'm obsessed with it and will continue to buy it forever. Next is the Dior Cica Reparature. I don't know how to say that. Basically, their Cica Repair Balm. I loved this moisturizer. So this has chamomile, it says. I loved this moisturizer. It was so rich, but not greasy. And I just love the packaging and I love the branding. I thought it was reasonable for luxury skincare. It's only $60. I just love like how the branding looks, and it's so simple and elegant and beautiful. And the formula was fragrance free. It has glycerin, shea butter right at the top, and it does kind of have that shea butter feeling. Shea butter is also, it's non-comedogenic even though it's a butter. It is kind of counterintuitive. Jojoba seed, green tea, sweet almond oil, hyaluronic acid, chamomile. Next is the Cetaphil Daily Oil-Free Hydrating Lotion. This is one of my go-to drugstore moisturizers. I absolutely love this. There is nothing like this. It is watery. I describe it as like a solid hyaluronic acid, but it's better than that. It's oil-free, so it's strictly like rich water. It's like a big drink of water for your skin, and I just love this. It makes your skin look so healthy and glowy and beautiful. Just not another formula like this. It is amazing. Your skin is a balance of oil and water. So if you have excess oil like I do, adding a lot of water to the skin just gives your skin the most beautiful, healthy glow, especially for the summertime. Obviously, in the summertime, you might get a little bit more oily. This is gonna help balance you out a lot. Like, this product is unbelievable. It is so good. I will never stop buying it. Next, Agency Skincare Cloud Care Weightless Whipped Moisturizer. I love the Agency branding. Like, this black yellow packaging is stunning. I'm sure they did it so it can be androgynous. You know, men and women alike can both use it. But I just think it's unique, and it is feminine even though it is black. And yeah, it's just unique. This formula was really nice, very nourishing. It has very nourishing ingredients in it. It has water, glycerin, silicone, niacinamide, tons of ceramides, shea butter. It has oat kernel. So it's just a very healing product for those days where you want more healing, nourishing ingredients. This is a little bit slightly more watery than the Dior cream. And it also has oat, which is you know, good for redness and calming. So that is what I keep in mind. If I want something more rich and nourishing and buttery, I go for the Dior. If I want something really healing, I go for this, even though technically the Dior one is healing as well. But when I think of oat, I think of eczema or psoriasis, like really like sensitive, you know, irritated skin. So I loved this, and I loved this formula. But again, agency skincare is just not for me as a blogger, someone who needs to continuously try new products. Agency skincare is good for someone who wants good quality products that work really well and doesn't want to experiment with new products and doesn't really want to think about shopping for new products. That's what agency skincare is good for. Next is a product that I've been holding on to. I'm pretty sure Beauty by Earth stopped producing this because I couldn't find it on Amazon recently. This is their SPF 30 Tinted Mineral Sunscreen Stick. And this is old now at this point, so I have to get rid of it, but it really was like the GOAT for me. Literally the GOAT. This is like, it is the perfect pigment. So you get the perfect coverage. It's so light, such a light coverage, but still enough coverage to make your skin just look beautiful. And it's not greasy. It is like one of those sunscreens where you can reapply throughout the day and your makeup just looks refreshed. It doesn't look heavy. And what I liked about this too is massaging it under my eye. Because it's a mineral sunscreen, it's really great to put under the eye, and because of the shape and size of this, it just fit under the eye so perfectly. I loved this product. That's it for today's empties video. I will probably have another empties video for you as well in the next couple weeks, right before I move, because I don't want to take a whole bunch of empties with me anywhere. That's it. I hope you guys enjoyed today's video, and I will see you very soon. Bye.